Enter the captivating game of chess, where 64 squares serve as the arena for chess battles. Find out the fascinating plays that create this classic game, from regal kings to cunning pawns. Prepare to discover the mysteries of chess mastery. The 8 rows and columns of the chessboard combine to form an arrangement of 64 alternating color squares. A cleverly crafted combination of letter and number identifies each square, setting the stage for a contest. Make sure that each player's lighter colored square is positioned in the bottom right-hand corner. When the game begins, both sides have a royal army that includes a king, a queen, 2 rooks, 2 bishops, 2 knights, and an army of 8 pawns, for a total of 16 powerful pieces. Each player makes sure their queen matches the color of their beginning square. Ensure that each piece faces its counterpart, with the king across from another king and the queen across from the matching queen. Each sort of chess piece has its own way of moving. When performing the king's royal steps, one square must be moved in either direction, and a unique casting motion must be used. Walking across any number of squares in a diagonal, horizontal, or vertical fashion, the queen is dominant. Bishops advance in an exquisite X pattern, while rooks advance simply in a vertical or horizontal direction. Knights provide a playful element by leaping in an L shape. The meek foot troops known as pawns advance and capture diagonally, with the initial move being a double move. The dynamic essence of chess is defined by the attractive melody of strategy created by these pieces when combined. The humble pawn, upon reaching the other end of the board, becomes a strategic force to be faced with through the fascinating tradition of pawn promotion. Through this transformation, the pawn can now take on a more alarming function, such as that of a queen, rook, bishop, or knight, by selecting any piece of its own color, except for the powerful king. The pawn must be taken off the board and the selected piece must be placed on the promotion square to carry out this dramatic progression. The mysterious and passant move, which involves a pawn moving 2 squares forward from its initial position and an opposing pawn capturing it as though it had only traveled 1 square, adds a subtle tactical twist. This special capture needs to be used quickly on the following turn to avoid a penalty. The majestic king reveals a unique move called castling, a strategic ballet that can only be executed once every game. This is a clever show that starts with the king moving 2 squares to one side and the rook moving to the other side and brushing up against the king. But there are restrictions on this magnificent interaction. Initially, it must be the king's first time on the board, and in a similar vein, the selected rook's first move. There can be no pieces that move in between the rook and the king, so the transition is smooth. Most importantly, the king cannot be in checkmate and cannot cross a dangerous square.